Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into an AI coding tool that's really shaking things up, especially in the big leagues, the enterprise world. It's called Cline AI, and it's built from the ground up on security and user control. It might just change how major companies think about using AI, period.
So let me start with a question that probably keeps a lot of tech executives up at night. When your developers are using one of those super popular AI coding assistants, where does your company's secret proprietary code actually go? For most tools out there, the answer is pretty scary. It goes to a third-party server. And that opens up a whole world of risk.
And look, this isn't some theoretical problem. For huge, security-obsessed companies, think Samsung or SAP, the idea of sending their intellectual property, their secret sauce, to some external server to be processed, it's just a complete and total deal-breaker. For them, the choice isn't just which AI tool to use, it's whether they can find a tool that meets their security standards or just use no tool at all.
And that high-stakes problem? That is exactly what Cline AI was built to solve. It was designed from day one with a laser focus on cracking this very security dilemma.
Now, what's really important to get is that Cline isn't just another autocomplete tool that suggests the next line of code. Nope, it's what's called an autonomous coding agent. What does that mean? It means it acts more like a partner, or maybe a really smart junior developer. It understands the context of your entire project, it can plan out really complex changes across a bunch of different files, and then it executes that plan.
And you can tell people are taking this seriously. We're not talking about some small side project here. Cline has raised a whopping $32 million in funding. That tells you that some very serious investors are betting big that this security-first, agent-based approach is the future, especially for those big enterprise clients.
Okay, so how does it actually deliver on this huge promise? Well, Cline's power really comes from two core ideas: a totally unique philosophy for how humans and AI should work together, and an architecture that puts security above literally everything else. Let's break that down.
So this is what they call the plan and act paradigm. It's brilliant in its simplicity. First, in plan mode, the AI is basically in a sandbox. It's in a read-only state. It can't change a single thing. It just looks through your code, asks you some questions to make sure it understands, and then it comes up with a detailed step-by-step blueprint. You, the developer, you look over this plan. Then, and only after you give it the green light, does the AI move into act mode. And that's when it carries out the plan, with your permission, every step of the way. This simple separation is huge because it stops the AI from getting confused and going off the rails, which is a really common problem when you try to interrupt a big language model in the middle of a task.
And this all connects to their zero-trust architecture, which is the key to solving that security problem we talked about. Cline runs entirely on your local machine. It uses your own API keys for models like GPT-4 or Claude. And here's the most important part, the big takeaway. Your code never, ever leaves your computer to go to Cline's servers, period. And just for total transparency, the whole thing is completely open source. So if your security team wants to, they can go and audit every single line of code themselves.
So with that unique setup, how does it actually stack up against the big names you already know and probably use?
Well, when you put them side by side, the differences are pretty stark. Tools like GitHub Copilot and Cursor, they run on their own servers and charge you a flat monthly subscription. Cline is totally different. It's client-side. Its business model is BYOK, bring your own key. You pay the AI provider, like OpenAI, directly for whatever you use. This also means you have complete freedom to choose your model. You can plug in OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, even models that are running locally on your own machine. You are never, ever locked into one company's ecosystem.
But okay, beyond all the tech specs, what does it actually feel like to use this thing? Well, users have described this holy shit moment. It's that feeling you get when you give Cline a really gnarly, complex task, like refactoring a core feature across 10 or 15 different files, something that would take a human developer hours of frustrating work, and you just watch it, figure it out, and do it perfectly. It's a real glimpse into a totally new way of building software.
Of course, that kind of power comes at a price, and that leads us to the single biggest debate around Cline, the cost.
See, because you pay per token, a really complex task that needs the AI to read a ton of your code base can get expensive, fast. Some users have reported burning through what a whole month's subscription to a competitor would cost in just a single evening of heavy use. And yeah, that sticker shock is absolutely real.
But here is the counter-argument, and honestly, it's a powerful one. The people who love Cline don't see this as an expense, they see it as an investment with a massive return. Think about it. If spending $50 on API calls saves a senior developer, who might cost the company hundreds of dollars an hour, 3 or 4 hours of tedious, soul-crushing work, well, that's an incredible ROI. The cost is just a direct reflection of the value you're actually getting.
This focus on ROI really points to a bigger philosophy, one that isn't just about the technology we have today, but is truly built for the long haul.
Just look at why Cline is basically future-proof. First, it's model-agnostic. So when some amazing new, more powerful model comes out tomorrow, you can just plug it in instantly. You don't have to wait for anyone to update their product. Second, it's enterprise-ready with a Teams platform for corporate management. And third, it's extensible. That means it could connect to other tools you use, like Jira or AWS, and pretty soon it becomes the central hub for your entire development workflow. So when you put it all together, what Cline has done is carve out this really unique and defensible spot in the market. It's not trying to be the cheapest tool, and it's not trying to be the simplest. It's aiming to be the most secure, the most transparent, and the most user-controlled AI partner for real, serious, complex engineering work. And that really leaves us with one final thought. As AI gets more and more powerful, maybe the most important thing won't be the raw features of the model itself. Maybe, and this is what Cline is betting on, it'll be all about the trust, the transparency, and the control that a tool gives back to its users. Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.